Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I have a guest. Welcome, Helena. We are acquaintance, we are ex-colleagues actually. We worked together about more than 10 years ago, I think. Helena was financial director, I was HR director, and we were big bosses. And look, our lives a little bit changed. And Helena's life changed quite a lot. Helena left, we are from Latvia, Helena left Latvia, went to China to study, and now she lives in China. So tell how it happened. It was so big decision, go away from well-paid job, go to study, to receive small money, and so drastically change your life. How it happened?
It's quite an interesting story because in my life, like when I was living in Latvia, like nothing changed a lot, and then at some point, actually, my uncle died, my father's brother, and he has got the feeling that his life was not fulfilled. Like at some point, like he just gave up his dream, started to work for money, and like at the end of the day, he's got a cancer. And like I was standing there, and I was thinking, probably like I will have the same end maybe if I don't change something. So because like it's usually a feeling that something like has to be changed in your life in order to grow, so going to the next step. And that's like and I was always like in love with China. I liked feng shui, I liked traveling. So it's and then like there was a completely out of the blue, there was a scholarship of 2,000 yen, and it's maybe $250. So yeah, and that's but the study and living was for free there, and so I went to China. It was quite hard. Nothing was kind of settled, and all of a sudden, like I was a finance director, and then I'm nothing. I'm just a student studying like Chinese studies. It was like the program was Chinese studies, but at least it was something different. And then I was I was living there and didn't have to spend the money to travel there all the time.
So you purposely went, but yeah, this drop in financial situation was huge. Also, completely different country with quite specific culture. How you settled in? What helped you? How you went through? What processes you had?
Yeah, it was also interesting processes because from one hand it's kind of drop in the income, it's kind of drop in the overall like a comfort. It's like really pushing myself out of the comfort zone. But the point was that at the same time it's a freedom. You don't have to make any big decisions, and you have a lot of time for yourself and kind of like reflection and thinking about the things, pushing maybe towards the scientific work, researching something, and that was quite valuable. And then like the COVID came, actually, like I was graduating during the COVID, and after the graduation I had a choice, so whether I'm returning to Latvia and like
it wasn't possible at that time, I think.
Yeah, it's like no, if it was possible to return, but if I would, it would be like a one-way ticket, and then like nobody would know like what time I would return back to China, or like find a job in China. But I was like it was very interesting. I was it came like the one coach actually came on my way at that time, and like we worked, like we had 3 sessions we were working on the ikigai. This is very interesting.
I like it very much.
So, and like for me it was like I heard about it, but I've never thought about the practical application. So we worked with her like for 3 times, and like we came kind of out to we had the decision, not the decision, but we had a solution, in fact. So it would be very nice for me to try the work in education. So I never, I tried it sometimes, like we did on the work trainings, but it has nothing with the, nothing to do with the higher education, maybe. So, and that's like, and also like I was like a guest lecturer. Guest lecturer is also, okay, you have students, you are telling them something, but you never have the exams, like feedback and so on and so forth. So, but the point was that I tried it and I've got a job. If it would not be for a COVID, I would not probably get this job at the university. So now I'm basically teaching accounting at the university in Sino-British program.
So it's very, very interesting. But yeah, this culture is very specific. Of course, we also have born in Soviet Union. We have maybe sometimes not so nice memories about the system. But anyway, how was your first impression on China? How it's work?
It was also interesting experience for me because basically I was living in the ancient China. Like I know like Chinese history. This is like kind of one of my biggest interests, and all the time kind of in the past, you know. But when I came there, it's like I need to live in the present and also kind of in the future. So, and that's what was the most interesting, of course. A lot of parallels, of course, with our Soviet childhood, where there are pioneers, there are everywhere, there is like Communist Party flag, and how to say, it's like it seems a little bit like our childhood, but from the other hand, it's a kind of different system because Chinese mentality is also like and to kind of think about the comfort and earning the money. So this is kind of the well-being is kind of part of the culture, and also like a god of wealth is everywhere. So like Chinese people are really kind of a comfort zone and wealth oriented, if we can say like this. So that's why like the kind of one of the main goals of the Communist Party is like well-being of the people. So China really eliminated poverty. So when I was traveling and actually in Tibetan regions, where was like the people were really kind of abandoned. It was super bad. Now there is a super good infrastructure. China has the high-speed trains, railways everywhere, and like the comfort zone is there, in fact. And one more thing, actually, the people are encouraged to earn the money. So it was not like in the Soviet Union when everyone was discouraged and like if you are earning the money, you're a bad person.
Yeah, almost criminal.
Yeah.
And how people perceived you? Did you tell about Latvia or how you get there, and what was communication?
It's very interesting because like China is a big country, and probably like in any big country they know like maybe 5 other big countries and that's it. So like every time it's kind of a challenge. I even made in the telephone, I made like the kind of image of Latvia, where it's located, so like some basic facts. and I'm just showing the people like the phone if they don't know. And but there are people who know, like, okay, yes, there is like 3 Baltic countries, like Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania. So like a lot of people know it. So for the people who doesn't know, I have the phone.
Is I wonder why you came to China?
Because first, like they know like that I'm teaching at the university, so that's why they don't really have questions. So teaching at the university in China is kind of prestigious job, and so the people kind of understand, yeah, okay, she's a university teacher, and like no other questions. Yes.
Okay. I know you also. I wanted to become your friend also because you had a lot of interests. Before me, you already had Reiki initiation, master level. Through you, I get to know my Reiki teacher, Maria. If you watching, very big greetings. Also, sometimes tarot. You played gongs. Maybe I don't know what you had learned and studied more. And you are always practicing, and you are sharing information. And that time when we worked together, I was afraid to tell people that I'm interested in some esoterical things. I had this interest long time from about my 20s, but I never shared it because I had bad experience when I did. I was asked to leave my job, but you shared, and I very appreciate it. Do you practice at everyday level, and what you are doing to keep the state of mind?
I'm trying to meditate every day for maybe 10-15 minutes, because it's kind of clearing my mind. And also, like a lot of people are afraid to be with themselves and kind of go deep in, silence the thoughts for a moment, because all the time our brains are busy. So this is what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to empty my mind for at least maybe for 10-15 minutes. Then it helps me to kind of keep the balance, keep calm. And also, like about the practice, it's very interesting, because before, maybe 15 years ago, I was like my normal state of not well-being, but
mind.
Normal state of mind was really kind of distracted. I often there are a lot of problems all the time, a lot of negative thinking, a lot of maybe negative people around. And then like I'm just comparing like what was maybe 15 years ago and what is now, because now I'm like I'm having all the nice people around. My state of mind is more or less balanced, like everything goes more or less smooth. Now it's like for me it's normal to be balanced and to have a kind of good feeling, and also the balance. And if something distracts me, like this is already not normal. So if there is a problem, if there is a negative person, if I have to deal with some kind of problem, then it's not normal. Although like maybe 15 years ago that was a normal state.
Yeah, that means it's true. Like your internal state mirrors what is outside.
Exactly.
It's good to know, actually. So I'm also now in some transition period. I'm trying to find a way to earn money and not to go into job from 9 to 5. Let's see how it will go. I don't know. But it's kind of also a challenge to change so big things. We used to a certain level of income, and it's sometimes challenging. How you now feel yourself about your income level or society level? How you live? Are you in comfort or something is missing what you used to have?
Maybe like from the comfort point of view, like I have an apartment, I have a car. So this is kind of like a normal comfort zone. The other thing is maybe, and this apartment is very close to my job and it's free of charge. So I cannot like kind of really, I don't really want to change it, you know? So every time like okay, if I want a big apartment, I come to Riga, I have a big apartment here. So this is like one thing. Also, if my goal would be to have a big apartment, I would probably maybe like one option is to move back or maybe go to the office work. But the point is I don't want to do it because I have I have really such a good state of mind, such a good state, like a kind of internal state. I'm so balanced that I don't want to like kind of make a huge changes at the moment. So at some point, of course, I will make a changes because there is need to grow, there is needs to go to the other level. But at this at this stage, I kind of feel okay, and like my salary is okay as well, because like I don't spend too much at the moment. Maybe if I would start, I don't know, traveling abroad a lot, then I would need to kind of have a bigger level of income. But for travel in China is fine.
Yeah, you travel a lot. I am following you have blog, you share in social media. Yeah, about your traveling experience, can you share a little bit? And you started your YouTube channel on it. I will put in description if you want to watch some videos how it looks like. It's quite surprising because what we have in our imagination of China, it's very different. And maybe you can share what was your experience.
Traveling in China right now is very, very comfortable. They have, like I said, they have speed trains. There are like speedways or highways. It's like all over China. It's like it's not free of charge, but the quality is super good. So you can go like a really fast, like not anywhere, but like to the west. It's not that easy maybe, but still like most of the places in China, at like maybe 90% of the places you would like to visit, they are covered like with the speedways or with the high-speed railway, except maybe for the very high mountains or something. But and also it's like it's not very expensive. The only kind of sore points in like a Chinese travel is because like they don't accept like anywhere they don't accept any major credit cards. So you need to attach this credit card to a Chinese application called Alipay, and then you are able to pay everywhere, but like not with the credit card directly. So it's like really like you need to download some Chinese applications in order to be comfortable in traveling in China. But hotel reservations through the Chinese application is very easy. There is application in English, and also you can choose the hotel even better than in Booking.com. I don't use a Booking.com anymore. So for Chinese travel, this is really like in the comfort zone. So and it's also relatively cheap for the people from Europe or from the United States. It's relatively cheap.
What was the biggest impressions what you have seen so far? I know it's a lot of places you have been, but what is more surprising maybe?
My favorite part probably now is the western part of Sichuan, which is Tibetan territories. In terms of the nature is super nice there. Some of the like also like the cultural things, because Tibetan Buddhism is kind of different from the mainland Buddhism, but the most amazing, this is definitely the nature. So if you see my channel, so I posted already some videos and there will be more. Also in travel, because my kind of special thing is Chinese history, I love traveling to around Sichuan. There are a lot of historic sites, because it's Sichuan province is actually part of the Silk Road and part of the Tea Horse Road. So there are a lot of interesting things. A lot of people are complaining that in China there are no original structures, because everything, historically, everything was wooden. Of course, if there is a war, everything is burnt, or it's deteriorating with the time, so wooden structures are not very stable. But there are stone carvings all over Sichuan. There are more than 2,000 sites with the stone carvings since Tang Dynasty, Han Dynasty, some of the Han Dynasty, but mostly it's with the Buddhism tradition. So it's the Tang Dynasty is kind of the most beautiful Buddhist sculptures, Buddhist structures, and it's really original. A lot of them are almost abandoned, not in a very good state, but it's really something that was there for more than 1,200 years, 1,300 years.
And your city also is quite big, and a lot of sea. You can spend time in parks, and it's kind of good recreation zones. And what you doing in your spare time more? Do you have any hobbies?
Actually, my major hobby is probably traveling around. Chengdu is a huge city. It's the capital of Sichuan province. And it's 21 million people live there, and it's also very, very historic. There was an excavations, and the people were living there for already 9,000 years. There, maybe you have heard about the Sanxingdui ruins and about the bronze masks. So this is very mysterious civilization. Nobody knows where they came from, why they made these huge masks, dedicating to the gods, or maybe there were huge people, we don't know. Maybe there were people from the stars. So this alien theories. So this is it's maybe it would maybe happened 3,600, 3,700 years ago, so quite a long period time. And very interesting with this, when I was traveling to Mexico, a lot of things are very, very similar to the carvings, the shapes, the patterns, very similar to Sanxingdui. So we don't know, maybe the people were able to travel.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? This is really a mystery of these ancient civilizations, and so China has a lot of things like that.
But I know you recently also started your blog about well-being, and you had learned also one more practice. Can you share?
Yes, this is very interesting. Besides the feng shui, there is a Chinese part of feng shui, actually, of Chinese astrology, I would say. So this is completely different from the Western one, and super complicated but super interesting. It for example, to tell the fortune of the person, we are saying, we used to say here, you are the dog, I am the rat, or something like that. It depicts only the year when you were born, but there is also the month, the day, and the hour. So what is happening to you, on which day, it's also can be attributed to what kind of period is now and what kind of day or the month it is. So this is a combination. It's very, very practical. There is also like it's interesting, like the people are consulting, like, okay, when should I get married, like whether this person is suitable for me. It's all like from the buzz. Also there is a calendar, and a lot of people are consulting with this calendar. Not all the people, but some people are consulting with this calendar when it's auspicious to bury the dad, or to have a wedding, to open the business. So I can tell like one example. It's like kind of funny. They, like my husband acquaintance, she was opening the business 3 times. Because first time she consulted with the kind of astrologer, he told her like at a certain day and time she opened the business. She had the ceremony of opening the business. Then okay, it kind of for a month nothing happened. Okay, she went to another astrologer, so he picked up another date. So she was having this opening on the other day. Again, like maybe 2-3 months, nothing happens, and then like she went to the third one, and this third one actually picked up the day when then it was an auspicious day for opening the business on the calendar. So that day worked at the end.
Yeah, but she never thought that maybe she's doing something wrong,
No.
not the date. Yeah, you mentioned husband. It's interesting because you met your husband in China, and he's Chinese. Can you share a little bit on it?
That was kind of coincidence, because we actually met in the temple. He was doing a project, and then I just asked him to take my picture. But it's also interesting that like, you know, a lot of people, like, they are having the very common interests with the husband or wife, or like 2 people like working together all the time and on sharing common interests. In fact, we don't have the like we have some common interests. It's like a traveling, like we both like traveling. But for example, he does not believe in feng shui or bazi or reiki or something like or astrology. He thinks it's like a bullshit. So it's but it's kind of like he is not telling this to me. He just like a kind of saying, okay, this, you are interested, you can go for it. And then like I'm also not telling like don't watch like some kind of movies that probably I think like it's not interesting, but he's watching it fine. So we are kind of like not stepping on the other's territory.
Yeah, it's also good that you have your own space and your freedom. I'm also appreciate it because if I had to fight about my beliefs or what I'm doing, I'm starting YouTube channel, for example, and I have support, and it's very very good. How you feel now? Also, it's a lot of changes in the world. Of course, we people, we are also in some common space, and subconsciously we feel a lot of people feel unsafe, scary about also maybe just simple things, how to survive physically even. So how you feel it, and what is solution? I don't know if it is.
Like first probably it's like to try to get yourself in a safe environment. Like I don't know, like I would probably not go to the places where is like the war, for example. Like not because like I'm scared or something. Like it's just like not very practical. But also like I kind of like I feel like compassionate about what is happening, and I can understand like how the people might feel. But for example, if the person like he or she is forced to move somewhere, I believe that the universe will provide for this person, and a lot of people would fulfill their dreams, like if they are kind of forced to leave their living place right now. But also what is important, the most important thing is to kind of to keep calm and try to keep yourself in a positive, in a good condition as much as possible. Try maybe not to watch the news too much, not go to the political debates too much, because at the end of the day we don't know how it will be, how it will turn around, and who will be right, who will be wrong. So try to kind of start with yourself, keep your own balance inside of you, and so like a kind of okay, you need also to keep your environment safe, and maybe your closest people closest to you or the dearest to you, kind of keep them safe, but don't think too much maybe about the rivalry between the countries, or kind of some political decisions, because everything will change from after some time. From the feng shui or from the astrology perspective, there are we are living in a different periods of time. For example, the previous 20 years, it was the earth period, like when everything was stable. You could what will happen tomorrow. Like it was a super good period to buy the property, sell the property, and the property was growing. A lot of people made a lot of money from the property. But now we are in the fire period, and this is everything is unstable. So unstable is a new normal. So and especially it's very hard for the people who are used to stability to adapt to these changes. So you just need to accept this fact that everything will change, and it will change. When it will change, you don't know, but it will change definitely. So this kind of very, very important is to be adapted to the changes.
It's very interesting that from ancient times, ancient philosophers, Stoicism, it was said you shouldn't worry about what you cannot control. And the other thing is when you look at some problem, just divide it by parts and look at each part. If separate part doesn't bother you, don't worry about the whole. And yeah, it is interesting. When I had in my 80s, when I moved to city to study, I had a bit crisis because I left my friends. I didn't know nobody, big city. And then I read the Mark Aurelius, and it was so resourceful for me. And I'm wondering how these people was so wise that it still works now.
Yes, up until now, because the human nature does not change for so many thousands and thousands of years. There will be always war, there will always be peace. The human nature, there will be saints, there will be criminals. Human nature does not change. Or we can also have from the Buddhism point of view, because of the reincarnation, because of the karma. So we still still have to live as a good life and be as good person as we can. So do the best, and everything else is then your kind of your next life then will be better, definitely, maybe even this life.
Okay, it's different thoughts about it, that it will be big cleaning from the earth and something like that, but we are not talking about it because we don't know it. But talking about moving to other countries, a lot of people was forced to move to other countries. Somebody just wanted to go because of political or economical reasons. And what you suggest to people who are now in some completely different culture, and how to set up and how to blend in this new society and other place?
It's like the best is to kind of accept everything that comes. Also, of course, if you like, for example, drawing, you can look for the drawing classes, or you can set up drawing class yourself, maybe. If you have the other interest like dancing, or maybe, I don't know, astrology. In a lot of countries there are kind of astrology societies or feng shui societies, so you can look for this kind of information, find the group of the people with the same interests. Some people are like a kind of prefer to find the people from the same country, but I think maybe it's kind of nice, but it's like you never know what kind of people from your country will come there. So then it's much better to get the same interests, like drawing, painting, astrology. I don't know, like travel. Travel is also a good option.
Yeah, traveling is also a big passion for me. I think, yeah. No, I'm learning at Yale University well-being, and it was interesting also that it was research that people who are investing their income in more materialistic things, buying new stuff, cars, clothes, they feel less happy than people who are investing in new experiences, traveling, good food, movies, happenings, music, concerts, and things like that. It's experience you can enrich it yourself, you can share with your friends, with other people with the same interests, and receive this feedback. Oh yeah, it's really nice and good, and that's why we are using social media also. And yeah, don't watch social media to look how miserable your life is, comparing with, I don't know, Kardashian family or somebody else. Yeah, just be aware of what you want there, also in social media. But I think it's very good in nowadays that almost on every subject you're looking for it is information on YouTube. It is a lot of blogs, a lot of people writing. It was very interesting. I think this big boom was from COVID time. A lot of people started because of some they was locked and was bored and started. Maybe not everybody continues it, but it is a lot of information. And how to distinguish between this information, what is good for you, what is true, it's a lot of theories, it's a lot of gurus, teachers, coaches, and everybody, they are sharing their knowledge, how to distinguish what is good for me, what suits me.
I think like you just watch this person and like you decide, do you like him or her? Would you like to listen more? This is like one thing, like this is your person or not your person, because like really some people are really very appealing to me, some of the people I'm just closing at once. And one more thing, of course, is like the sort of information they are translating, because if it's a positive information, if they are like if they try to tell you like teach you maybe the positive way of thinking or kind of solutions for the problem like in a positive way, then this is kind of something worth it. If it's just a negative, like what bad can happen to you, so probably don't go there, because whatever you are thinking, like whatever the person is telling you, our brains are kind of accepting it, and maybe if somebody tells you that it's kind of the bad thing will happen, you believe in it and it will happen. So it's said like if you are scared of something, it tends to happen. So better to be scared to get rich.
No,
and
don't scare to be rich. I also would like to add, listen to your body. Your body speaks.
Yeah.
If you feel scared or something start to pain and troubling,
Yeah.
it's probably not
Not a good sign.
not a good sign. And actually my one friend said when she met her husband first time, she had bad feelings in her body, but she just with her mind she told no, it's he's smart guy, everything is good, but body was against him, and things go very very bad way, and she now became smarter and listens her body.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we have, it's kind of called intuition maybe, and also but it's kind of a signal, like it's unverbal signal, so it's always good to listen to the body.
And also one more thing, I think when it's some teachers or who inviting to follow them, be aware that if a person says that you are not be able to take your decisions, you need to listen to me. You without me, you will be in bad state, bad situation. Probably it's not the best teacher for you. People should have the responsibility and power during over their lives, and
it's like what else I learned is kind of interesting about this kind of teachers, because some people really like to be guided. So you, like, for example, like the people with tarot cards, for example, like they are saying like, you need to tell me like what should I do, how should I behave. We like 100% like assured like what kind of rules should I follow, but like it's responsibility of the other person, not of the fortune teller, to kind of guide yourself. So it's like tarot cards maybe give you some clue, but it's not a guidance. It's not what you should do or you should follow or something.
You can ask ChatGPT now.
Yes, instead of tarot cards, ask ChatGPT. By the way, he's quite positive. Yes.
Yeah, but to be aware, sometimes he's need to be specific way how to ask. Actually, I'm quite glad with artificial intelligence. ChatGPT helps me a lot. He's my assistant, helps me to write descriptions, to do some technical work. Sometimes just for fun I ask to give me astrological prognosis.
Yeah.
I know that people say that he might mistake a lot of time, but it's just, and sometimes we can just share. It was also funny. I made customization. I put information what I'm doing, what I want, how we want to cooperate. And when I asked him to help me with cover letter to job application, and he answers me, this job is not right for you. You wanted to do your practice, teach people neurographica. While you are applying, you will be tracked. Oh, this is new level. And he is very also very active. He's suggesting, I can do this, I can give you more, I can make PDF, I can make presentation, and sometimes it's too much, so it stops. Thank you. How are you using?
Oh, definitely, and I'm using it the same way like you do, because kind of to do the kind of, it's not like the worker's job or something. For example, if I need to write a description somewhere, I ask him first, and then kind of I read what he writes, because sometimes he's lying sometimes, but most of the times he is correct. And also he is good in giving the ideas. For example, give me ideas for this and that, and then like maybe 10 ideas or something. So he's doing the job, and like there is some inspiration even.
Yeah, I gave my name. My ChatGPT is Inspiro because he inspires me. Actually, I gave him a task to choose name for him, and he gave some solutions what could work.
Yeah. So, but it's a lot of people are now scared, for example, that the artificial intelligence will replace the human work or something. It's like we went through this technical revolution for so many times. I mean, in the human history, maybe like in 18th, 19th century, there was a Luddites who like were broken the machines because they thought the machines are evil. And it's just because they did not know how to work with these machines. So right now is the same thing is happening. Like all the time we need to develop. A lot of people think that if they graduated from the university 30 years ago, that's it. So they are professionals, then but no, now the time is changing. So all the time we need to acquire new skills, learn something new. It's not forever. All the time there is a changes.
Yeah, and that keeps us active, our brain active, and we probably will live longer and be younger longer.
Yeah.
So and I'm glad I have this curiosity in learning new things, and also it's a lot of possibilities, online courses, online consultations, and and it's really interesting world, and I'm very happy for YouTube functions that now we can upload our content, and it could be translated in different languages. I'm very happy that world becomes even smaller for us.
Yeah, you can reach to the people in other countries, other cultures, and also it broadens your mind. It's like not everything is set in stone. There are also different people, different opinions, different cultures, like different perceptions even. So all very positive.
Yeah, and I think I think in our country it's also problems that sometimes people are afraid from foreigners, and you also shared before that you got hated when you had blog about traveling. Can you share?
It's like it's not really about not about the traveling, but it was also kind of negative opinion, like okay, here is the foreigner telling the Chinese people about Chinese culture. Wow, it's like was super negative. But it's like I think it's also because every country has a people who are hating the foreigners and who are scared of the foreigners, like for different reasons. And so like in China the same. So, but like an absolute majority of the comments, or absolutely majority, like definitely more than 90%, they perceived it very positively and like kind of were very supportive, super supportive. So, but yes, there were some strange comments.
Okay, I will also put in descriptions that you can help people also in self-development and with different practices or with astrology. And I'm very glad we have met. We haven't seen for so long time, and
1 year.
1 year, but also before it was quite short time. I'm glad we started something new. You are a bit younger than me, but it's not the case. We can start new things in any age. We can. I'm glad. I'm learned to use a lot of. I'm video editing. I'm making videos. I'm learning a lot about YouTube, about new things, and I'm excited that this world is so interesting.
Yeah. Absolutely right. So this is a positive and correct attitude.
So yes, so please comment, ask questions if you have. Follow us on YouTube and other channels, and let's meet in other
Fine.
videos.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. See you.